It was a voyage born of elegance and arrogance, a ship that glittered with gold, laughter, and pride. The RMS Lusitania, crown jewel of the British fleet, glided across the Atlantic like a floating palace. On board were 2,000 souls, the wealthy, the hopeful, the innocent, all believing the ocean was safe, that war was something distant, something that happened to others. But on May 7, 1915, that illusion shattered beneath a cold, gray Irish sky. The world was at war, and Germany had drawn a deadly line across the seas. "Enter British waters," their warning said, "and you enter a war zone." Yet the Lusitania pressed on, confident in her speed, her beauty, her legend. After all, who would dare attack a passenger ship? Who would commit such a crime against humanity? At 2:10 p.m., the answer came. From below, a German U-boat, U-20, waited silently in the depths. Its captain, Walter Schwieger, raised his periscope, locked his sights, and gave a quiet order. One torpedo, one whisper of death. It cut through the dark waters and struck with monstrous fury. The first explosion ripped open the hull. The second, deeper, louder, mysterious, tore through the ship's heart. In an instant, panic engulfed the decks. The Lusitania began to list sharply, water flooding her quarters as passengers screamed. Lifeboats jammed, and chaos consumed every soul aboard. 18 minutes. That's all it took for the pride of Britain to vanish beneath the waves. Of nearly 2,000 aboard, almost 1,200 perished. Men, women, and infants. The sea that once carried dreams now cradled the dead. The Atlantic became a graveyard of innocence, but questions refused to drown. Why did she sink so quickly? Was there secret ammunition hidden in her hold? Was the Lusitania a pawn in a larger game? One meant to pull America into the war? The British denied it. The Germans swore it was true. The truth, like the ship, remains buried in silence and silt. The world's outrage was swift. Newspapers screamed of atrocity. And across the ocean, President Woodrow Wilson began to turn. 2 years later, America joined the war, its conscience stirred by a ship that refused to be forgotten. Today, her rusting remains still lie off the Irish coast, a ghostly monument to arrogance, tragedy, and truth. Divers say you can still feel it, the silence, the sorrow, the weight of history. They called her unsinkable, but the sea remembers every boast. On that day, it claimed the Lusitania not in rage, but in cold inevitability. If this story moved you, subscribe, like, and comment. Your support helps bring these forgotten moments of history back to life.